Hey, oh, hang on, I just got a notification, get rid of. How are you doing? Just done a video on identity-based goals. We might be able to touch on it because it's still relevant to this one. Whilst this is more about a dating topic, which is, if they wanted to, they would, right? So this is like when you're caught in a situation where maybe you're really attached to someone, really attached to an outcome, and it's not quite going, and you keep making excuses, you know what I mean? You keep making excuses for why they're not doing this. And the funny thing is, there's some psychology here, right, in attachment where if you become attached to someone, you do start to make excuses for people. You know, you've heard of the term love is blind, right? Well, it's literally just, it's a mental, psychological issue, basically. We become, when we become overly attached to an outcome, we become super blind and blinkers are on. We can't see what other people can see. You always know this when other people that look from an outside perspective, it just looks really clear to them, you know, and we could say it's like if someone has not got an emotional attachment to a situation, they can make a clearer decision. Just decisions in general, you know, the more emotionally invested you are in an idea, you'll make a decision. It'll affect your decision making, really. It's like any sale, basically. It's known that we make buying decisions emotionally and then use logic and reason to rationalize it later. That's very true. It's also the same in dating. This is why if you're in a situation where it's not going well, your friends and family will be telling you the opposite. You've got to be careful with friends, though. I always think that because friends and family are massively on your side, they're always looking out for your best interests. They're always saying the other person's evil and all that stuff. So you've got to be careful there, you know what I mean? It's always better to go and find a therapist or a coach or something like that. But just thinking about that psychology of attachment, it affects everything. It brings into, let's call it, sunk cost fallacy. You know, you might have invested a shit ton of time and money on dating someone, and then you don't want to pull out because you've invested all this time. I'm not saying that you should just walk away from, you know, let's say it's a really long-term relationship. You don't just walk away, right? You have invested some time and money, and there's something built there, a connection. So, but yeah, don't get into a situation where you know, you're second guessing someone. If it, like the title of this one, if they wanted to, they would. This is literally true. Hi, welcome to Live. And I always think this, it's almost like, you know, sometimes the writing's on the wall, right? Mixed signals are not actually mixed signals, they're clear signals. The clear signals to tell you that there's not clear intent. So why should you waste your time? The reason why I still got this up, by the way, which is the identity evolution cycle, if I just spin it round, show you this. I did I think I did a little live stream the other day on this. So I've just done a video on, I've just recorded it, I've just got to edit it. Identity-based goals, which are more important than just setting a goal. But if in the relationship sense, if you think about identity-based goals, the reason why this is super important is your identity is like your guiding star, your North Star, right? Who you are as a person, your mission in life, your direction. So even when it comes to not just business, but your personal life, everything you do, which is what you do on a day-to-day basis, I've called it daily habits, but this might be who you date, who you speak to, who you chat to, everything you spend your time on down here, day to day, should be in alignment with that identity, right? Now, part of dating is fun, so yeah, we need it. We need, you know, we're humans, we need human interaction. So if you were literally just acting like a robot, you might say, well, I don't even need to date anyone. I'll just fucking grind away at my work and train and gym and all that stuff and just crack on, right? And just do self-improvement permanently without ever dating. But we are humans, we need human interaction, right? So I always think that the good thing about having an identity, a really solid identity, is that it's like what Roberto said to me. If you know where you're heading in life, if you've got a direction, there are no decisions to make, only things to do. So all the decisions that you make, if somebody's like giving you mixed signals and they're not showing up and stuff like this, then it's fine. You just walk away and just carry on moving towards your identity. Your identity should be more important than dating that person. I did a video, I think it was back in maybe a year and a half ago, when I was out in Budapest, and it was called Treat Your Dating Life Like an Experiment. I think that's very important. This is part of the identity again. So why treat your dating life like an experiment? Well, I always think that like who you date today and who you can attract is like a mirror. Like it's almost like a reflection. And if you've not got a solid identity, and you know, people like especially if you think about a guy, like women like guys who have got direction in life. And if you've got a really solid identity nailed, you've got a direction, that in itself is attractive, right? So you're going somewhere. So people either jump on board or they don't, right? But you're moving, you're like a moving train. It's like, this is your focus. So let's say you're not getting the results that you want. Your dating life is like an experiment because it's like, I said it was like an MOT, you know, like a car MOT. It's only as good as the day that you test it. So it's like a mirror. So you'll get a certain result. What happens if you're not getting the right result? Don't take it too seriously. Just carry on working towards your identity. If you do happen to sort of level up and hit some goals, which are like projects, let's say you set some business goals, you achieve them, this keeps moving, you get to the next level, your fitness gets better, whatever, you might start attracting better people. So it's always almost like an MOT. It's almost like this can continually evolve. But the one thing that never changes is your identity. And this is why this is important. Just like Roberto said to me, if you know where you're heading in life, there are no decisions, only things to do, right? And that is it. And if you think about it, sunk cost fallacy is a very, very difficult one, I think, especially when it comes to relationships. Like I say, I'm a big family guy. I very much believe in family. I don't believe in just sort of like first sign of trouble walking away. But we're talking about this title of this video. If you know, if they wanted to, they would. It's like you're looking at patterns of behaviour there, right? You're looking at like, if you're making excuses for why someone's behaving a particular way, then you just got to look at it and say, right, this is who I am. Does that really fit me and my life and where I'm heading? And then just make a judgment call. And another video that I've done recently and live is about making quick decisions. Why is making quick decisions important? The more decisions you make, which is like more little projects that you do, little micro decisions, the faster you will get feedback in life. Speed is your friend. You want to make quick decisions, and that includes not wasting your time on someone that basically just isn't giving you, you know, if they're giving you mixed signals, they're clear signals. The clear signals to sort of, you just carry on. Yeah, I'm not saying just, you know, make it dramatic. You can just carry on working towards your identity. Maybe they realise it and start showing up, maybe they don't, and you find someone else or whatever, or maybe you have to go your own separate ways. But remember, identity-based goals, including relationship goals, are always more powerful. All right, thanks for listening. I'll have the identity-based goals edited and released later, so check it out. Come back to my channel. All right. Other videos, dating-wise, you should go. I've got like a relationships playlist. I don't really do much dating, but it is within the whole psychology. Go on there, check out Integrate Your Shadow, or you'll end up dating it. That's a really good video. Have a look at that. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you next time.